Evening all, it's just T, aka the Feel Good Factor founder. I am finishing off my mental health week with a live video. I thought I'd jump on, thought I'd speak to some people, see how we all are, see how we're all doing. Now, I want to say some thank yous first of all, because there are people out there who have seen my post this week, seen the stuff I've posted about mental health, seen what I've posted about statistics and body dysmorphia and anxiety and depression and all these sorts of things. I've been so supportive this week. I've had a lot of messages come through. What a lot of people don't seem to realise is that a lot of the time, hey Ruth, a lot of the time, hey Matty, so I get a lot of the time, most people, if they haven't got families or close friends or close relatives, they tend to live on their own. Now, I'm one of those people. I live on my own. I have two bunnies which keep me borderline sane, as one of them just eats everything in sight. I've literally lost all my books on my bookshelf because she just eats everything. But I find ways to alter my mental health. I find ways to change how I perceive or see the day, if that makes sense. Now, a lot of people, I know people get up, they do affirmations, incantations, chanting, meditation, and all other sorts of pieces to get them focused and ready for the day. Mine is music. All right, if I have music, good music that gets me up, vibing first thing in the morning. Like my alarm goes up at 10 to 5, every morning, so I can get to the gym. But I think a lot of people don't seem to realise that talking to people, actually actively talking to people, not just messenger, like this, face to face. Like a lot of the time, FaceTime is like the best tool ever invented, and a lot of people don't use it. They'd rather send a text message because it's easier, it's convenient. All right, but a lot of people, they need to hear your voice. They need to hear you speak, because they can't tell if you're happy. They can't tell if you're sad. You can't tell that through a text message. You can say, "Oh, I'm not feeling too great today. I'm okay. I'm fine." But you can't sense that tone. And sometimes I think people seem to forget that a phone call is vastly more important than just sending a text message, because you have the capacity to warm someone over. Hey Susie, to warm someone over a phone call, or to gauge that. Now, Ruth's on the call at the moment. I finished up on a gym session on Tuesday this week, and in fact on Monday, and I spoke to her about her foot because she broke her ankle. But just getting on the phone and speaking to someone, again, it's a lot different than just sending a message. And I think this is what I'm trying to get across, that people have anxiety. I spoke to a lot of people recently, new people who have seen my journey and just started talking to me and said, "Yeah, I've suffered anxiety for the last couple of years. What do you do?" Blah, blah, blah. One of my good friends, Ebony, is very, very, very unwell back in Birmingham, and she asked me what I do, how I stay focused, how I do all these things, because I generally suffered depression for a very long time, probably as far back as when I was about 7 or 8. But it's something back then I didn't know how to deal with. Now I'm a lot better at dealing with it. But I take it day by day. I can't plan any more than day by day. It's just something you have to do. There are times when I'm sad. There are times when I'm upset. There are times when I'm happy. There are times when I'm ecstatic. Like this morning, I woke up this morning and I just felt, for some bizarre reason, I felt really, really happy. And that's how it has to be. But I want to kind of move on from that, because yes, I have, like I said, I have depression. I have taken antidepressants in the past. I've done that route, and it wasn't for me. I knew I needed an avenue or a way to break that cycle, because if I just stayed on that forever, I'd never break that cycle, and that's something that I had to do. But I kind of wanted to talk about at the moment, which appears to be the number one stressor and cause of depression, anxiety and stress in people's life at the moment, and that is social media. Now, a lot of people don't seem to think, oh, it's just social media, it's just pressing buttons, it's just flicking and scrolling. It's not. Thank you, ladies. It's a lot more than that. So people will see a picture and think, oh, why don't I look like that? Or people will see someone on the beach and go, oh, why am I not on holiday? I could be on holiday. Why am I sat in my tracksuit bottoms and my t-shirt and my pyjamas watching Netflix? I could be doing that. Why does my body not look like theirs? Bearing in mind they've trained for 10 years and I've trained for one. All right, so it's psychological. Social media is massive psychological, but it does play on those things. So there are four main reasons why. Okay, so main reasons why. I think the biggest thing what people don't realise, if I spoke to the majority of people now, I know they get rid of their social media accounts in a heartbeat. I say this to my friends all the time. I would happily get rid of my social media accounts because if it wasn't for the businesses that I do, I don't think I'd use them. I didn't use them before Facebook was invented, so I genuinely wouldn't use them because they are, I won't say not so much time consuming, but I genuinely play on your mind. Like, oh, when do I need to post? That's a big one. Or what time do I need to post? When am I going to get the most likes? When am I going to get the most comments? Blah, blah, blah. And this is something that plays on every entrepreneur's mind, but most importantly, on everyone's mind. Okay? Or why isn't such and such like my post? Or I've liked theirs, will they like mine back? Another thing, when I post in the morning and people don't post on my post unless I post on their post, the amount of stuff that goes through my head every day when I use social media is frightening. But the common stresses are, all right? So these are the common stresses that people don't seem to realise or associate with social media. But then we would never have met. Very true, Ruth, very true. We would never have met. So, common stresses. Highlight reel. People only share their highlights. They don't share the negative. They don't share the bad. They don't share, or very rarely, I've only ever seen recently one or two borderline negative things on social media. And that was when I think one of the girls' son was having a massive tantrum. There were shoes everywhere, all over the hallway. And that's, for me, that's good because it means that other people share my issues. Like I could show you all the books that have been eaten by my rabbit. So let's say, for example, this was the cover for my GoPro book. But Jubilee came home, ate this and the first 2 pages. Okay? But I think a lot of the time we only share the positives. We only share those things because we want them to be popular. We want them to be liked. We want people to comment on them. But sometimes it's about saying, okay, you know what, today, not feeling it. And then on those days, you don't post on social media. You ever notice that if you're not up for it or you're not in the best frame of mind, you don't post on social media because no one wants to see that. No one wants to see the negative side. No one wants to see people unhappy. Right? But sometimes those days, you'll know it. For me, if I'm not feeling great, I don't post on social media. I just don't do it because I don't see the point. But this is one of those times when I think depression sometimes kicks in and you put yourself in that state of mind where you just think, you know what, it's not the day today. It's not the day. Okay, so just don't post. Number 2, okay, social currency. You get value from getting attention. You feel valued. So if you get attention, if you get likes, you get comments, you feel valued and you feel attention. And I think a lot of people don't seem to realise that if you are in a situation like me, like I'm on my own, I post on social media because I post in the morning because I want people to see that they're well thought of. I post throughout the day to make people see that I think of people, if that makes sense. I don't necessarily post myself. I think of people. I want people to see that they can focus on certain things, they can be enlightened, they can enjoy their day, blah, and so on and so forth. I post my training videos because I want people to see that I kick my own ass every day. People say, but you do this, you do this. I kick literally every single day of the week. I kick my own ass and then spend a lot of time walking around. But I don't do that because I want the attention. I do that because I want people to see that you can focus on those good things. Hey, Diane. Hey, Nikki. But I just want people to understand that. So number 2, social currency. Number 3 is FOMO. All right? FOMO. Now, like I said earlier, loads of people get rid of their social media accounts if they didn't have the fear of missing out. FOMO. So a lot of people fear missing out, or what would happen if I shut down my social media account for a month. Now, I went for the habit the last 2 years, didn't do it this year, but the last 2 years of my New Year's resolution was actually not using social media. So I didn't use it for a whole month. Didn't use social media because for me, I wanted to get myself out of that mindset. But then I started running businesses online And then that suddenly became a big problem because people wanted to talk to me, wanted to share, wanted for me to see different things I wanted to share with them. But I think a lot of people fear missing out. A lot of people scroll through, like literally race through their social media accounts and not really have the mindset or the forthright to think, okay, what is this doing to me? What is this doing to me as a person? What is it changing within me? And it does. Subconsciously, it's one of those things where you have those 80,000 thoughts a day, and I guarantee social media probably takes up about 50% of those thoughts. Easily. Because don't forget, you've got Twitter, Snapchat, Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn, and a bunch of others that I probably never even used and never even heard of. But again, it is that fear of missing out. So if someone is posting something and you're expecting them to post something, you want to see that. All right? So that's why a lot of people will not shut off their social media accounts. Not at all. Okay, number 4, and this is a big one for me, online harassment. Now, many people don't seem to think that it's a big issue, but it is a massive, massive issue. Itchy nose. Now, statistic-wise, 43% of people online have been subjected to some form of online harassment. Now, this could be from people commenting on posts, people saying things, leaving inappropriate GIFs, memes, anything at all. Like, there's so many different things that people don't seem to think is appropriate to online harassment. 70% of people have witnessed it. So you've witnessed it and probably laughed at it, or not said anything about it, or not said that it was inappropriate. Or for me, if I see it now, I just switch off. Okay, I just switch off because I don't want that to affect my mindset and my mentality. And I see it all the time. Like, I'm in so many groups, from football fan groups to all sorts. But if I see that, then I just switch off, because I just think it's so negative and it's so pointless. If you can't make a positive comment, then why bother comment at all? And this is the power of the internet. This is the power. Now, 100% of people who are female or of colour or of Muslim origin have all been part of online harassment. And again, that does affect your mindset. It does affect how you approach the next post you do, or the next thing you want to share on social media. Because I think all those 4 things, so your highlights, your social currency, the fear of missing out, and online harassment, are massive, massive effectors of you as a person. They're massive effectors of you whenever you go on social media. And I think people don't seem to realise that it's these things, these little things, that stick in your subconscious and are there for such a long time. They don't go away. All right, they don't go away. So Tara's just said, scrolling is depressing. First-hand experience, soul-destroying, mindless. It is literally. There are times on Instagram when I've scrolled and just double tapped, and then I go onto Facebook and I'm trying to double tap pictures. I just think to myself, you know what? Put the phone down. Don't worry about it. Pick up a book. Do some reading. Okay. I do think that a lot of people don't realise that it does affect them. Social media does affect your mindset. Like, there are people who get up and the first thing they do is reach for their phone and scroll through Facebook or Instagram. And that is a depressing stat in itself. I would love to see the statistics of how many people just get up and straight away pick up their phone and scroll through social media. That is me. I can't thank enough people this week. I spoke to so many people about so many different things. I would love to kind of run another page, he says, about mental health and growing and developing and all sorts, but I genuinely, I don't think I'd find the time. I'm very happy helping. Hey Mal, I'm very happy helping those 20 people that I'm working with at the moment, and I adore every single one of them. But yeah, having spoken to one of them today, she just said she'd taken herself off social media, given herself a break for a bit. But I think genuinely, do it. Like, even if you spend a week just take yourself off social media, don't do a single thing. Like, make more phone calls, Make time for FaceTime. Speak to more people across the world. Actually, face to face, speak to them. Pick up the phone and speak to them. I think it will help you so much more to not worry about those issues that go on in the back of your mind, about that social currency, about that online harassment. Just do those things. Yes, Mal, I am helping with fitness. I always have done. If you want to pop me a message, feel free to do so. Anyone is more than welcome to come and chat with me. I'm always willing to help. Food plans, exercise plans, whatever. But yeah, that's me. I hope you've had a fantastic weekend. The weather's been amazing. I've lost my Fitbit being out last night. Legendary. But I am always available to talk to. Phone call, Messenger, Facebook Messenger, everything else like that. Feel free to get in touch with me, and I will definitely be doing more videos like this real soon. Yeah, Ruth, I have. I lost it. I put it in my pocket and I lost it yesterday, but that's for another day. Take care, everybody, and I will speak to you all really soon.